bought these little thingies for my future students, clients I should say, because I like keeping notes about the lessons, like the dates, the subject, some stuff that I need to remember after the class, some revisions and reviews and stuff like that. So I just yeah, that's lined up copybook here. I thought it would be в клетку, блять, я забыла. As always, as usual, I don't know how to say в клетку. I'm sorry. Excuse me, so to say. Wait a bit. Quad-ruled composition book, squared exercise book. Okay. Quad-ruled. Quad-ruled. Okay, fine. I guess you understood me well, right? So yeah. What has changed in my life? Let me tell you. So yeah, I'm just going to rant about something I consider important. So yeah, I said clients because I'm a freelancer now. Honestly, my boyfriend is helping me a lot with some financial stuff, but I hope it's not going to last forever because I surely would like to provide for myself, basically. And it's good to have two incomes anyway, but yeah. So I quit my job, my previous job, in a language studio. So yeah, that was a small business and it's slowly growing. I think my boss is opening another department in the center of the city. We're not in the center of the city, so it's like we've got different districts, so to say, here in our region. So yeah, I think she's opening up something else somewhere else, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm trying not to involve or ask anybody anything because if they remember me, they remember my kind offer to help if they have like an emergency situation, and I could substitute some of them because I know all the courses, I know how everything works basically. So if anybody's ill or emergency, so I could probably substitute for a day or two or just a couple of hours. But yeah, I wouldn't like this to happen. But yeah, I mean, we said goodbye, so I think we are on good terms. I left on good terms, kind of. But it was unbearable, and it was unbearable because I burned out, kind of, and the pay wasn't sufficient, actually. So yeah, now I'm trying to build my own practice, so to say. It isn't easy, of course, and honestly, now I'm pretty slow at this, because I don't know, I think I need to be a little bit more accountable. Is it accountable? Yeah, I think it's accountable for that, because yeah, as I've mentioned before, my boyfriend is he's a huge helper in this case, and we April this year. Yeah, the beginning of April, and we've repaired like 2 of the rooms here, changed the wallpapers, bought a nice bed, set up his working place like in a separate room. By the way, his room is completely black, so we used black wallpapers. Like his whole room is okay, but it looks stylish anyway. But I personally, I think I couldn't have lived like in this room for a long time, because I mean he spends lots of time there. It's like he works from home, and yeah, the whole working day, like 8 hours a day inside of it, and then he relaxes. And he relaxes there too, of course, like play video games as well there. So yeah, this is the main place where he spends his time. So that's too dark for me. And there are blackout curtains as well, so no light, no light. I think my cat is having some nightmares. I'm not sure if you can hear him. Yeah, he's breathing heavily. It's like something's going on in his head. So yeah, it's been all good. It's been alright. And my mom and dad are like, they're starting to pressure me with this type of conversations, like, so when are you going to get married? So when's the wedding? What does he think about it? So are you even talking about it or not? Like, fuck. Oh my god. Even my neighbors, that's so funny. So I don't know if you remember, if I've ever mentioned this information, but I'm living at my grandparents' apartment because they are like really old and they're ill, like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Yeah, granddad has Parkinson's and my grandma has Alzheimer's. A sweet couple, you know. So they're living with my parents in a separate room, so they're fine. It's kind of hard anyway, but yeah. So I'm living on their territory, so to say. But everybody's fine with that. So yeah. And why did I mention it? Oh, my neighbors, of course. My neighbors. So some of the people who have been always living there, they've known me since my childhood, and they've known me since I was like, I don't even know, like since I was a toddler, you know. So sometimes some of them, they try to recognize me. Some of them don't recognize me probably, but yeah, I think half of the entrance, it's not like entrance, it's not half of the building, because the building has at least 8 entrances, like, or, you know. So my entrance, let's call this my part of the house, of the building, of the block. It's the block of flats. So like, I'm Lisa from the block. Jenny from the block. Yeah, yes, some of them who recognize me, they're like, oh, your name's Lisa, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Lisa, yeah. So how's your how are your grandparents? Like, what's up? Are they well? How's I'm so childish. Gosh. I love copybooks. So, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, yeah. And this marriage stuff and this, like, I think they know almost everybody from this part of the block. And yeah, they filter everybody, you know, like these grannies who like sitting on the bench in the evenings, you know, like they see everybody who's coming in and out, and so of course they noticed some man who's like going around me and like, oh, so she's living with somebody, okay? And one of them is like, I'm going inside, and she was like, yo, like, you're Lisa, right? And I'm like, yeah, right. And she asked me like, haven't you gotten married? And I was like, you know, we're in process. We're in progress, okay? And she was like, haha, I get it, okay, yeah, bless you guys. And I was like, oh, thank you. Oh my god. I mean, I don't care much about their opinions and stuff, but there's still this feeling that you need to hold your face, you know, to keep your face in front of them. Yeah, this was the part of my upbringing with my grandma when I used to stay with her here, like after school. Yeah, when both of my parents were working back then, I used to go to hers, to hers, and we would do like homework. She would do homework with me, but she wasn't like involved as much as my mom, of course. I mean, I have most traumas from my mom, like doing homework with me. But yeah, my granny was okay with that, but yeah, but this was a huge upbringing part at her place, I guess. Yeah, all those rules like say hello to everybody, say goodbye to everybody. So this, I don't know, this lift etiquette, like elevator etiquette, it's like those who go to the upper floor, they need to enter the lift first and then you, okay? Every time when you go inside the lift, you need to ask like, вам какой? It's like, it's weird, but I don't know how this works in other parts of our country, but I think it's a common thing for many of us in Russia. It's like when you're in the elevator and who presses the button first, yeah, like who goes where? This social anxiety, like, oh, what's going on? Yeah, and of course you need to ask them. I think it would be considered rude or like nosy if you ask. I don't know how it goes with other countries, in other countries, you know. But yeah, we would ask like, what floor are you going? What floor do you need? Like, okay, if you go to upper floors, suit yourself, press the button please, and then I'll press mine. Oh no, fuck, no, that's not the case. that's gonna be the most, like, the stupidest video ever about lift etiquette, I feel like. So yeah, those who live upstairs, they enter first. But those who live downstairs, like lower floors, they press the button first. So then they go out, and those proceed. My God, right? And also, yeah, when I was a kid, of course, we all would say some stupid shit. Like, I remember one day, it was like, some of the neighbors, like some woman who lived there, she asked me, yo, like, how's your school? What's up at school? And we were coming back from school, exactly. And yeah, I was like carrying my backpack. And yeah, that woman asked me like, how was your day at school? And I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I hate one teacher. Like, this is not a teacher, this is a torturer, you know? And my grandma was like, and then we went up to this apartment basically, and she was like, Lisa, that was so rude. Don't ever talk like that about your teachers. But now, being a teacher, I understand that was a fucking good thing, actually. Like, those old school people, they knew they knew how to respect teachers, actually. And even if it was childish and like just fooling around and saying shit about your teacher at their back, it was still not okay for them, you know. I wish more people would teach their kids this. But you know how this is nowadays. Yeah. And these little situations like that, there are lots of them. Right. Do you guys have any relative with dementia or like Parkinson's disease or something like that? So my parents, I think it was the beginning of September. Yeah, that was the beginning of September. So they left to Turkey to have a holiday because they needed it badly. Especially my mom, because she's like care provider. Is this how you call this? Care helper, care provider for them, basically. She doesn't work. I mean, her work is at home, like, and that's hell of a work, I can tell you. So yeah, every time when they go anywhere, when they have like some types of celebrations, gatherings with relatives or friends, I sometimes stay with my grandparents because they need lots of assistance around the house, around the flat, I mean. Yeah, it's like they can't serve the food for themselves. I mean, my grandpa can, but he usually watches the granny, you know, because my granny can't fucking, like, she fucking can eat a soap, you know, she can bite a soap easily, she can drink something indigestible, like poisonous. That's like, yeah, she can, I don't know, break something. You kind of need to watch her like every second. She, like, my parents' flat has the second floor. That's a special type of flat, I can say. And there's a stairs. There's a stairs. A staircase. Stairs. There are stairs. Oh bruises all over her face and shoulders and arm. So yeah, you kind of need to monitor her being. So yeah. So yeah, I sometimes stay with them, and that's a cocktail of different emotions when you stay with them. Like this, when you're not used to it, when you don't provide care for them, care provider, did I say care provider? Okay. When you provide some care, when you're with them, when you're like helping them, looking after them, and you're not used to it, it's like after some period of time when you're not in this situation and circumstance every day, every second. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. So yeah, this is a mixture of emotions like sadness, then anger, because sometimes you just need to be alone. You need some alone time. But you just can't, because Grandpa is kind of sane. He's still sane, and he wants to keep conversations. He wants to tell you those old stories from his youth or other periods of his life, or he wants to like warn you about something or tell you how to do something, and you know it beforehand, and you know it better than him because you know these old people. But yeah, sometimes it's like some sentimental shit, or sometimes it's just hilarious what they do, what they say. That's a wreck of emotion. So yeah. It's not only tough physically but also mentally, and I can't even choose which part is harder, because mentally it's like, I think it can be compared to being with an infant. Because it's like you don't own yourself in some period, in some time. It's like your needs are below theirs. So, because it's life and death situation sometimes. That's tough. That I can say. Such a cute notebook, look at that. Тетрадь. Таблица умножения. And that was so funny because last year that was the same situation with my grandparents and my boyfriend's grandma. So his grandpa died long ago, I think. Yeah, I think he was a kid, or like preteen, in his teens. Tweens, yeah. He was in his tweens. So last year, my parents and my brother, they went to Turkey as well, I think, for a week or for 10 days or something like that. And I stayed with my grandparents as always. And then we went to the south of our country to visit my boyfriend's grandma from his dad's side. And last time he saw was 3 years old or something. So yeah, that was an important trip. But that granny, she's not going, like, she's not doing well as well, but she's okay. I think she's okay, but you can clearly see those signs of early dementia, I think, when they start to forget names, like all the names are mixed in their head. They call you different names. They forget where they leave things, you know, or they try. Look, there's some type of what is that? I forget this word even in Russian. Shit. Paranoia, yeah, that's paranoia. So yeah, lots of people with dementia, they start being paranoid about like their neighbors, that they want to harm them, or like they want to steal from them or something like that, and they start being like this grumpy, you know. So they start thinking bad of people around them. So yeah. So she showed some signs of that too. And this grumpiness and this stubbornness in them, you know, when they struggle to understand that something is going to be better for them if they move somewhere else, if they take some medicines or not. Mind blowing. But you kinda see life deeply with those types of situations. You really understand what it's like to be old when you care about them. And more often than not, you start thinking about your own health and like what might happen to you. But yeah, old people are different, of course, with all different types of illnesses and conditions, but yeah, you just start to appreciate your days, your time. You're now and here, you know. Philosophical. I'm philosophical today. Right. Ouch. I hit my lip. And the final copybook. This is a different format of it. What is this, by the way? I can't see. I can't. I mean, I don't. It's not that I can't, but I don't. I look, but I don't see. I hear, but I don't listen. It's textured. I think I need to film another part of my tarot deck collection. I've got some more. I can't stop buying them. That's a disease. I'm a tarot deckaholic. I would never think that I'd become. No, I would never think that I'd become. Okay, there's two woods. But it's not a conditional. I'd never think that I'd become is it a collector? I think it's a collector. Collector. Коллекционер. I think I need another suffix in this word. Jesus. Коллекционер. It's collector. Yes, I'm right. I'm glitching again. Yeah. But I am apparently. I always thought that it's boring to collect things and not use them, but I use my tarot decks. That's why. Oh, actually, I'm getting into esoteric shit, like, completely, because now I'm collecting fucking stones, but they're so pretty, look at them. I like stones. I'm a witchy bitch, I'm sorry. I know it's stupid, I know it's not scientific, I know it's just... Oh my god. So this is peach agathy. It's like agathy. I think it's agathy. That's beautiful. That's so fucking beautiful. Oh my god. Then I've got turmalinovый quartz. Tourmaline quartz, I guess. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I actually wanted to make like a fairy house or something like that. Like installation, like a clear jewelry box, like clear with glass, you know, glass jewelry box, and there I would put some fake moss, some fake butterflies maybe, and I would just set crystals around, and that would be a great decoration. Yeah. So here's the amethyst. This is super cool, and it has fuck me. Bollocks. Iridescence, Jesus, irisations, or iridescence. Iridescence, it's iridescence, god damn it. Oh my god, okay. So here we've got another amethyst, but it's a little bit darker. Nice. This is Rauchtapas, or smoke quartz, or smoky quartz, I'm not sure. That's raw. Nice. And this is Kimatit. I'm not sure how to say Kimatit. 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 Red ochre. Red ochre. Red ochre. Okay. Alright. I see. Kidney ore. Iron oxide. Looking glass ore. No, it's not. Yeah, it's red ochre. Alright. Now I know more. This is not as exciting as peach agathy. This is my favorite so far. Jesus, that's beautiful. I like to have aquamarine as well. What else? Citrine